Hi, I'm geologist Udo Atombayır Ochurbat. So I'm in the South Gobi province, and it's a sum called Noyon Sum. So this is a famous local natural scenery here, and locals call it mirror rock. And as we know, geologists call it fault mirror as well. So as you can see, it's really shiny fault surface, and I would like to point out few features of these fault planes, fault mirrors, and then as well as try to demonstrate how this is formed using cookie. Okay, so first of all, as you can see here, what we call this, you would see this lineation. So first of all, this is called slicken side. The entire plane is called slicken side, and then these linear features are called slicken lines. So if you rub your hand, just run your fingers along these slicken lines back and forth, you can determine the sense of shear, which is where it displayed, the direction of the displacement. Because by definition, faults they're supposed to displace lithologies. So you can see, and then from here I can see, there is a sense of displacement here. It's easier to go up here rather than here. So I feel it feels a lot smoother to going over this direction. So I can say this sense of shear has been kind of more or less 10-15 degrees, and this overall fault plane strikes basically to the south and then dips 80 degrees to the west. So how this is formed, for non-geologists, of course, I have this little cookie to demonstrate it. So let's just assume this is my rock, okay? Any rock. And then faults are formed due to stress. So they are basically stress accommodation displacement feature. So I'm starting to give little bit of force, and then I hope you may have a bit cracking sound. Okay, that's basically how earthquakes are formed as well. So when young faults are formed, they are very rough. Okay, and as they slide, they create seismology, and bigger ones cause earthquakes that we can feel. And as all millions of years, these faults would accommodate a lot of displacements. So basically, a lot of this grinding occurs along this fault plane. So basically, I'm obviously speeding up millions of years of displacement and movement here. But as you can see, it's what we started very rough crack basically, and now we have a very nice planar fault surface. So depending on the mineralogy of these faults, so fault systems, fault core, some of them become very nice shiny. So for example, if there's some clay rich fault core, it will be very nicely polished, and looks like this is a Cambrian to Triassic kind of metamorphic rock. So maybe it looks like it's maybe a nice, not really nice, maybe it's a schist. So very metamorphosed rock. So that's how we achieve these fault planes. And carbonates sometimes apparently are very good at producing these fault mirrors. And it's a local attraction, as I said, in the South Gobi province. So and while we are here, as you can see, you can see at the distance that very nice interbedded sedimentary rock package, and that's the southern limb of the huge syncline, and local people call it Haning Hit. So it's basically a big syncline, but I'd like to talk about how that syncline formed later.